Hey, what's going on? I wanted to do an update on something I've been sort of cooking up with Dragon Link. So I'm going to go over the deck profile first and then kind of just go over the ideas. So I'll start with the Chaos Engine. So you run Levy, Black, White, 3 Chaos Space, and then that'll bridge into Lubellion, and then 3 of each of the bystials. So obviously the bystials are really good right now against tier. This deck is very heavily geared toward tier limit. And so yeah, you're maxing out on all the names, but also the level 6s here bridge into sort of the 3-axis concept of this deck. So I'll go over that in a moment, but that is the Chaos Engine package there. And then, of course, you play 1 of the spell, 1 of the trap with that. And then from there, you have Seifert, which is very important for starting the play with 1 Nocto and then an Absorbator. Nocto's just there for the Seifert Absorbator opening. And then, of course, with Absorbator, we have the Rocket Package Tracer, 2 Tracer Recharger, Rocket Synchron, 3 quick launches, and a boot, which is pretty standard stuff for those packages. And then this is where I have additional starters with Red Eyes and 3 Black Metal. So there's 3 Seifert, 3 Black Metal for these starters, and they will bridge into each other depending on what you're needing to do. But you're very likely to open with a starter with this build. Another aspect of this deck is 1 Chamber, 1 Tidying. I'll go over this in a moment, but it's a form of disruption, another layer of disruption you can get with the deck. Because I'm testing right now, I'm just running 1 Destrudo, which is just an extender. This might not actually need to be in the final cut, but it's just there for when you need 1 more body to finish your board and you haven't used Ravine, then you can guarantee a body off Ravine. Of course, you play the 1 Ravine. And then I'm testing 3 Shiren. Shiren is kind of interesting. Against the tier limit match, if they mill you, then you can Shiren effect with any dark to make Mud Dragon, which is really good against tier limit. They can't do much when there's a Mud Dragon on field. And for your own plays, the Shiren can become a body. It mills 3, which can help you get to other axes of the other sides of the deck. It's an extender, and that's pretty much it. A lot of times it can be used for discard fodder if you don't need that RNG mill on a bad hand, or if you don't need the extending body from this, then you just discard this for Chaos Space or Ravine or whatever else. But it gives you that option, and it also gives you something for when tier limit mills you through the deck. For the extra deck, I'm not going to have a side deck for this because this is just a testing idea phase of this. But we have Striker, Pisty, Seal, Romulus, Quad Boral, Dill. You need to run Dill for some lines, although it doesn't come up too often. It does come up enough. IP, this is actually the most cuttable card in the current form of the deck. I don't make IP hardly ever. But it's just there for now because I'm not sure what else it should be. And then you have Dark, Triple Burst, Unicorn with access code, and Borland as sort of your boss monster to push through the game or to just win it on the spot. And then we have just 1 Synchro, Borland. There's not really a good other Synchro to run. You can run the Scarlet Red for time, like side deck it maybe, or maybe the IP could be that. And then I have 1 Mud Dragon, which is for the Shiren plays. And then a Tum, which is how I can get multiple layers of disruption on the board. So just to give you an idea of the deck, the actual ending board, when you are uninterrupted and you have a reasonable hand, is typically Seal, Savage, Borland with a Branded Beast and Tidying, and usually a bystial in hand, something like this. That is the ending board. This is in hand. You have 2 bounces, a pop, a negate, a monster negate, and a bystial. There's a lot of ways to run the lines to get to that. I'll just go over a couple of the sort of interactions that are interesting here. The first interaction is how do you make a tum and get beast on board? To do that, you need to be able to effectively use Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, because Lubellion can send any level 6 or higher dark. So you want to try to get Red Eyes in the loop of the combo, and just at some point, like it can be right before you make Borland, get Red Eyes out, make Lubellion over it, activate Beast, and then use all that material for Borland. The other line, which is kind of cool, is Shiren and Striker. So if you start with a rocket, or if you mill a rocket off Shiren and you can make Striker, then you can Striker, pop Shiren, add rocket back, Shiren Graveyard effect, float into a Mud Dragon, so that you started with this on board, and then you end it with this on board plus a rocket in hand, which gives you more bodies to push with. But that's kind of the idea. I haven't been able to test it very much. I actually got laid off from work about 3 weeks ago. So I haven't been able to play much Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been having to kind of stay at home and eat ramen. But I'll do a couple of just playtest hands, just as an example, and we'll just kind of see where it goes. But the central idea is you have the Darkness Metal Dragon as an extender to get to Chamber from Graveyard, or to get Lubellion while not using your bystials for Lubellion, so you can make a tum. A tum is going to grab the Chamber or the Black Metal Dragon, whichever one you didn't get, or the Seifert. If you started with Black Metal Dragon, then a tum can get Seifert. Those are the 3 axes of the deck. And I'm just trying to make sure I shuffled this pretty well because it was all organized. Okay, so let's do a hand. So we have this. This is not a very good hand at all. But we already have the Tidying, so we don't have to get to the Chamber axis. We already have Black Metal. So we might try to do, just thinking about the lines. One more thing I'll point out is that when you have double names like this, if you can get to Romulus, then you can summon one naturally, and when you make Pissy, you can summon the second one, and then that's one way to make a tum with 2 names. So let's just run this this combo real quick. I'll put this back here. So normal Black Metal, go into Striker, Striker 1, Black Metal 2, play around Havness. So that'll get us a boot. And Red Eyes. In this case, because I'm loaded with bystials, I'm going to just do the Red Eyes now. Red Eyes effect, bring this back. And then we make the Romulus to go search. If they have a Havness, at least we have a bystial in hand for it right here, so they'd have to mill pretty well for that to disrupt us at this stage. So we get Ravine. And then here I would do I want to know if this bystial goes through, so I'm going to bystial black, see what happens. We'll just say it goes through for the sake of the video combo. We're going to boot Recharger to make Pissy. And now Romulus effect to summon a dark and negate it. We can't use for link material, but that's okay because we're not going to link it. We're going to make a tum. And then a tum effect. And here you could either grab the Tracer if you're not going to use the Ravine, or you have to get, you can either get Tracer or you can get Seifert. Seifert will get us black and white, which will give us 2 bodies. So let's just think this will become triple burst. We'll summon back Red Eyes because Sarnir is about to send Lubellion. Just thinking about the lines here. I have to get Tracer. I either have to discard this to get to the Tracer, or I have to get the Tracer now. I'm going to go into a Tracer line. I could also end on bounce, pop, bounce, negate. That might be the best line here. We don't even go for Tracer. Let's just see where that line goes. That seems like that might be the strongest. So we'll get Seifert. Seifert effect on itself, And I'm gonna go get a white dragon. All right, we will, from here, let's hold on to that for a minute. Sarnier effect. Oh, sorry, I missed the timing on this. So, Atom, Summon, Seyfert, Sarnier effect first, and then Seyfert effect to go get white. Hopefully that made sense. Okay, so now I'm gonna use these two to go into Triple Burst. Triple Burst, summon back. Let's target a Sarnier, because if they want to, I don't want to do Red Eyes, it's already been used. I don't want them to banish that. And then tribute the Sarnier for a Lubellion. Lubellion effect, let's go get this guy. Get the Beast. Yeah, because we have a Recharger in Graveyard, so we don't have to get the Tracer. That's the reason why we can do this line. And then we'll summon the white, so let's banish one of the Sarniers. And then turn these into a 5. And then white goes in to get black. And then this negates to summon Recharger. And then I haven't dark locked myself or anything like that. And then this becomes Seal. And then just set this. I was missing one body. I was missing access to Tracer because we had the body here. I was just missing Tracer, so I can't get to Savage since I couldn't go to Tracer, but we did end on Monster Negate, Bounce, Bounce, Pop, which is not bad. Oh, this isn't Pop because well, it'll be Pop when Seal tributes to get Magnamut. That's when the Pop goes live for this, because I had to search the Lubellion off the Sarnier. That was a pretty bad hand, honestly, but we still ended on with no interruptions. Negate, Pop, Bounce, Bounce, Pop. And we have pretty decent follow-up after that. So there, that's one hand. That one was kind of bad. A few well-timed hand traps probably would have significantly impacted that inboard. So let's do just another test hand, just proof of concept of this this 3-axis sort of idea with Dragon Link. The only main problem I have with this build is that there's only 9 hand traps, and those are the bystials. So when you go into a matchup that is not bystial friendly, then you don't have hardly any hand traps really, which is the problem because it takes so much room to do all these engines. Like you could cut the Shirens for that or something else, but let's just go with this. Drew Boot. It's unfortunate. All right, so let's do this hand. So I don't like this hand. We can either gamble with Shiren. Trying to think if gambling with Shiren's good. We already have Boot, so we're at least not going to mill the Boot off the Shiren. All right, yeah, let's just do Shiren. Let's just see where this leads us. So let's do a Shiren effect. Discard Lubellion. Actually, no, it's fine. And then Shiren effect, mill 3. Destroy is good. Sarnier is good. Synchron's fine. Okay, Sarnier effect. So we'll go send the spell now. All right. And I hit a rocket, which is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and do Lubellion effect to go get a Magnamut so that we can play around Havness a little bit here. Now, this is a case where I could do the line that I was talking about. Another nice thing about Destrudo is that on Rocket Synchron or Black Metal, he becomes level 6, which will come up in this line specifically. So let's just see where we go with the Quick Launch Tracer. And unfortunately, I have to make Striker in this line, even though I have Boot, but that's fine. Sometimes you have to do that. And then we will Striker, Pop, Shiren, add Rocket Synchron. Shiren Graveyard effect, shuffle back, and we'll shuffle back a Sarnier for that. Just mind your zones whenever you place Shiren and Mud Dragon. They need to be in the 2 that are not in the area here for the arrows. And then we will go ahead and Boot Rocket. Destrudo on Rocket. He's level 6. Turn these into Romulus. See, the fact that we should have one more card in our hand for Boot, so we should have a Ravine effect, but we don't have it here because we had Boot in hand. So the resources are kind of tight for this specifically. But we're just gonna go with what we got. So we're gonna do Magnamut effect. We'll target one of the Lubellions to summon, activate to search at end phase, and then turn these two guys into an Atum. Atum effect. Doesn't really matter, but I'll detach Magnamut. All right, we can either go into Seifert, which will give us more bodies, or we can go into Chamber, which gives us another interruption. So if we do Chamber, it gives us a Ravine discard, and we can use the Trapped as a body. So it gives it the same number of bodies, but it's not really useful. Just thinking about the best line to go from here. So if I go Chamber, I can make Pisty, Triple Burst. If we go into Black Metal would give us Red Eyes. So we'd have Pisty, Triple Burst, Summon. I'm gonna go into Black Metal specifically because right now I don't have a way to turn on the Lubellion, which is one of the interruptions. So I think this might be the best direction to go from here. And then turn this into Pisty. Atum is like super important. It kind of bridges your current situation into what you need. Black Metal to search. So we'll get red, Darkness Metal Dragon. And I'm going to keep him because he's a dragon, just in case it's going to be relevant later. Turn those into a Triple Burst. Pisty will summon. Doesn't matter. I've already used the Striker effect, so all these effects still have effects, right? Okay. I'll just summon Black Metal. The reason why I'm doing that is so that I can just banish the one that I care the least amount. I'll banish it for Red Eyes. And then we'll use Red Eyes effect to summon, let's just say Striker. It doesn't really matter. Then we're going to tribute the Red Eyes for the Lubellion. Lubellion effect to go get the trap. And then we have 3, 4, 5. Borland negates, that'll summon the Tracer. And then we'll run these two into Seal. So in this case, I missed the Chamber. I missed the Tidying. Tracer pop Boots to go get Recharger. And then these two, I'm not gonna equip the Savage, but I'm just gonna put the Savage here. Savage, and then at the end phase, because we did do Magnamut in this line, we also get to get a bystial. So in this line, we ended up with Bounce, Pop, Negate, bystial, with a Ravine for follow-up, which is like not bad. Like that's quite a bit of follow-up and quite a bit of interaction. We also have Distrito in the graveyard for this one. And at end phase, we get the Regained, which means we're gonna get to draw a card, or we'll just shuffle and draw a card. So let's just say you Druid Swarm something, right? You're gonna get a draw, Druid Iron, sure, whatever. And then also you get to start flooding, like I'm gonna get to summon Magnamut off of Regained when they summon Magnamut effects. And then when Seal bounces, Seal can either get Chamber or can get Seifert. Seifert in Graveyard can banish to get back to the Lubellion to get another Magnamut for the following turn again. But yeah, that was pretty much where that ended. It ended right there on that board. So I don't know. I've been playing around with the deck. It runs a lot. I don't remember exactly. It's like 43 cards or something like that with only bystials as hand traps. I think that's the weakness of the deck, is that only bystials are the hand traps. But I just wanted to share kind of what I've been working on with Dragon Link. I haven't updated the video in quite a while. I just got Lubellions about 2 weeks ago, and I've just been kind of theory crafting the deck from there. So anyway, hopefully you got something out of it. If you have any questions or want to discuss Dragon Link with me, make a comment down below, and appreciate you for watching. Bye.